Hi guys, hello, Jennifer here. So for this week's book talk, I'm gonna be talking about Heartstopper, a graphic novel by Alice Osman. So I picked up this copy at my job. I work at a local public library, and there were two things that drew me to pick up this book. First of all, it's a really well circulated book. I catch a lot of teenagers and adults, looking through it and checking it out from the library. So I told myself, why not? Let's give it a try. So another thing was the artwork. If you want to take a closer look at the cover, yes, it's pretty simple, but I just like the colors, the color coordination that Alice did. It's pretty simple, but the colors just meshed well with each other. And if you want to take a look inside, she uses a green pastel color throughout the whole time. And yes, of course, there's like a black and white, but she actually goes deeper with the green color for shading purposes. And I think it's really good. She did a really good job drawing this, and yeah, I'm like a graphic novel fanatic, so it really catched my eye. So let's just dive into the book. So I'm gonna read the summary from the back. Um, Shy and soft-hearted Charlie Spring sits next to rugby player Nick Nelson in class one morning. A warm and intimate friendship follows, and that soon develops into something more for Charlie, who doesn't think he has a chance. But Nick is struggling with feelings of his own, and as the two grow closer and take on the ups and downs of high school, they come to understand the surprising and delightful ways in which love works. So let's go into a little deeper into that. So they go to an all boys school, and in the beginning, you already know that Charlie's gay. The whole school already knows that too. So it really just smacks you into his life a little at this point. He's already making out with a boy in the library. They're hiding it. Um, this guy's name is Ben. He's not really a good guy. He just uses Charlie for his own pleasurement, for his own purposes. Charlie understands that at this point as well, so he doesn't really feel nothing. He just feels like, oh, he's just using me, whatever. So he goes to class, and then he's assigned to sit next to Nick Nelson. And at first, they're just saying hi to each other. They're making small talk, normal stuff. But one day, Nick catches Charlie running track during PE class while he's practicing with his rugby team. So he comes up to Charlie and he's like, hey, why don't you try out for our team? I think you'll make a good addition. I think you're pretty good at running. So why don't you just try out? And Charlie's like, you know what? Why not? So that's when their friendship starts developing even more. They start hanging out with each other a lot. They're talking to each other every day, but that does not go unnoticed. So, they come up to Nick a lot, his friends, and everybody like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you hanging out with Charlie? You know that he's gay, right? But Nick doesn't care. He's always saying, hey, like, what's the problem? He's such a nice guy. He's cool to hang out with. So, just drop it. On the other side, with Charlie and his best friend keeps telling him, he's like, hey, I already know you, like, you're gonna start developing a crush on him. He's out of your league. He's straight, so you're just gonna get yourself hurt. But Charlie's like, I don't care. He just follows his own feelings at this point. And then deeper into the novel, Nick starts questioning his own feelings when they start hanging out with each other more. Like you start catching him, you catch Nick, you know, watching Charlie taking pictures, and you see him blush a lot, and that's when he starts questioning himself. He's like, hey, maybe there's something more. So it's a really good book. It's really well written. For those of you who don't know, they actually make a first appearance in Alice's other book, Solitaire, which follows Charlie's older sister. And in that point, they are already together. So this is basically a year before Solitaire comes out. And this is basically a story of how they become a couple, which is really nice. It's a really good coming out story. Um, it's a really good collection for the YA and also a good collection for the LGBTQ community. This book gets a 5 out of 5 star rating. I really enjoyed the plot. It's really cute. There's a lot of cute moments, a lot of fluff, and you're always rooting for them at the end of the day. And Alice writes a little note at the end too. She says that, But I think most of all, people have been drawn to Heartstopper because it brings them comfort. It brings me that too. And it does. It's a really comforting story, and I recommend you guys to pick up this book. It's really good. There's 4 novels in total of the story as well, so I can't wait to read the rest of the story. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope you guys enjoy.